Hello, good evening. Good evening. Well, it's 6 o'clock. It's Sunday. It means it's time for meditation. If we haven't met before, my name is Kaylin. I am an ecstatic spiritual life coach. I host this YouTube channel, Ecstatic Self, and every Sunday I set aside some time for us to get together and do some meditation. Also, you'll notice, welcome. We are in my new YouTube studio. I finally got it put together as of yesterday, so woo, it's brand new. Excited to be sharing the space with you. You may see some more tweaks as I continue to get things set up, but I am so happy to be here with you. So every week I choose a theme, something I think will be useful for you, usually something from my own life that I'm working on. And this week I was playing with the idea of finding peace and happiness. I think that's something that we all are looking for, at least to some degree. I was watching something in the news today and they were talking about how certain people in today's world really want to make us angry. They want to make us fearful and afraid and violent, and to incite us to anger, incite us to violence, and frankly, what a miserable way that is to live. I don't know about you, but I do not desire to live in a state of emotional agitation. I do not wish to feel angry, afraid, fearful, stressed out. I think it's a lot better to live in a state of peace and contentment. And that when we can dwell in a state of peace and joy and happiness and invite others to join us in that state of peace and joy and happiness, the world becomes a better place. I really think it's criminal, it's horrible that people make money off of making other people afraid. And we can say that's through provocateurs on the internet, it can be through the news cycle, which is always pinging us with information, and certain news channels, news outlets specifically, that really aim for that fear, that aim for that anger. It's not a good way to live. So our goal is to dwell in a state of peace and contentment and joy no matter what's happening out there. And if you can achieve that state, no matter what's going on, no matter if life is peaceful or not, or whether or not the people you're around are peaceful or not, or if the society you're in is peaceful or not, can you maintain that yourself? So that's our objective today. Please get comfortable. I'm sitting on the ground, but sitting on the ground is not necessarily the best thing to do. If you would like to, please feel free to grab a chair. You'll notice my nifty, fancier new chair. You can lay down in a bed or on the floor. Just sling yourself over a couch if that makes you feel good. But find a way that allows you to just relax a little bit. All right, we're going to just start with some breathing. So what I'd like for you to do is just become aware of your breath. Notice where you're feeling the breath in your body. Are you experiencing it up here in your chest? Are you experiencing it in your belly? Are you experiencing it in your back? Where are you experiencing the breath? And just start to notice, how are you feeling? How are you breathing? Now, one of the things I often say at the beginning of a meditation is, don't try to fix everything. Don't try to make yourself breathe better or sit straighter or feel something that you're not. Allow yourself to just be where you are. So notice, how am I? Where am I? What's going on within me? And then without much effort, without trying to make something happen, without trying to become more centered or more relaxed, without trying to make yourself breathe deeper, instead, can you just gently invite everything to slow down. Invite your breath to take about 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Invite your mind to slow. Invite your body to just let go of some tension. Crack your spine if that's helpful. And just notice, what is the belly doing? Ideally, as you inhale, the belly expands. Ideally, as you exhale, the belly contracts. Breathe. Allow yourself to just let go. And as everything slows down, just notice, how are you feeling? How are you feeling in your mind, your heart, or your body? And if it's helpful, as you inhale, envision the breath coming down the front side of your body, down into the sexual organs. As you exhale, feel it go into the pelvic basin, up the spine to the top of your head. Inhaling, forehead down to your loins. Exhale, pelvic floor all the way up to the top of that. Inhaling down the front, exhaling up the back. Now when we connect with the breath, already things start to shift and change. By slowing down our breathing to about 5 or 6 seconds in, 5 or 6 seconds out, we stimulate the vagus nerve, which is basically the brake pedal for the nervous system. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in the body, and it is responsible for stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the antithesis to our regular nervous system. It allows for rebuilding, recharging, healing. So notice how just a few rounds of deep, diaphragmatic, slow breath, conscious breath can really make a difference. I often feel when I slow down and start to breathe in this way, it almost feels like my brain starts to get a little bit of a massage. I feel a level of tension just release inside of me. Now, as you continue to watch yourself breathe, I'm just going to do a little bit of mantra. So the word mantra means mind protector. Mind protector. But often when we do mantra, it can take this relaxation, this state of connecting with peace and joy to a deeper level. So all I want you to do is just follow the sound of my voice and try and let these syllables that I repeat reverberate in you. Shivaya. Om Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. How do you feel? Well, if you're feeling anything like me, I'm feeling a lot more calm, a lot more centered, a lot more easeful. For myself, I ran right into this meditation from getting chores done around the house, hanging artwork, doing things. A bunch of things topple over right before I drove into meditating with you guys. And so I came in an as centered state as I often do. I was coming in being like, I gotta get this done, I gotta hurry, I gotta go. And now just after, 10 minutes-ish, 13 minutes, I'm already feeling myself shift. Feeling myself drop into my body, be more centered, more grounded, more blissful. I see somebody commented that they feel almost euphoric. That's awesome. One of the things that I hear people give me feedback on a lot is they're like, it's weird to see somebody who's both like peaceful and relaxed and at the same time like energized and sexy and like in their body, and like how can you be both relaxing and stimulating at the same time? And that's what I experience in meditation very regularly. To enter a state of peace is also a state of joy. Right? It's not just like I'm zombied out and I'm like, oh, I can't function. I just took some THC or a drug, and I'm like, and it's not like I'm all amped up. But I'm both. I am both relaxed and I am both connected to joy. I am both of these things. And when we get really good at our spiritual work, we can maintain that as we go about our life, as we go into the world, so that when we encounter other people who are in frenetic or angry states, we don't get pulled into that, because it's so easy to start matching somebody else and go into that state where you're like, ah. But instead, and it's not forced, it's not fake, it's not phony, it's not me. It's not like aspiring to pretend to be those things, but to truly be in that space. And what's really cool is it can be infectious. You can walk into a room and suddenly other people start feeling calmer, other people start feeling more at ease, more joyful. And that really is the nature of life. You look at every life form, whether we go down to the simplest of things like bacteria and viruses, constantly exchanging information, they're constantly exchanging bits of themselves, some DNA. The same as complex creatures, we're constantly in the process of exchanging. That's how life works. So when we cultivate something that's really beneficial to share, rather than our anger, rather than our rage, rather than our discontent, it makes us better humans. It makes us better stewards of this planet, better life forms. And so this is what I really encourage each of us to cultivate, is a robust connection to peace and tranquility and joy, so that we're able to go there and stay there as much as is possible. All right, so come back into your relaxed meditative seat or whatever it is you're doing, laying down. Take a couple breaths. Someone said, what you put out in the world comes back to you. Absolutely. And I remember years ago hearing somebody say that when you put out positive things in the world, it has a much an influence that when it comes back to you, you're given a lot of positive returns. But when you put a negative thing out in the world, you feel that much more intensely, because the universe doesn't want you to go that direction as much. It doesn't want you to put out negativity. So spread joy. So another thing we can do to find our peace and contentment is to focus on this area right here, right in the middle of your chest. Different traditions call it different things. I learned it as the Anahata chakra, the heart center. And just put your focus here. And I want you to envision in this space something that is resonant for you. It could be a flower, it could be a ball of light, it could be a bubble, whatever makes sense for you. And then as you breathe into that space, feel it expand, feel it open. As you exhale, keep your mind here. Every inhale, the flower blooms, or the bubble expands, or the ball of light reaches a little further out. Every exhale, you relax. Inhale to open. Exhale to release. Go cats. I saw somebody today when I was walking around wearing a Northwestern t-shirt. I said, hey, go Northwestern. And they just looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, all right. Inhaling into the heart. Feeling it expand on the inhale. Relax on the exhale. Inhale to open. Exhale to release. And without force, again, see if you can invite this bubble, this flower, this ball of light to expand a little bit more than you want to. See if you can push past your boundaries and take up even more space. Because you can actually fill up the entire room. You can fill up the city block if you get good enough with this. Allow the peace and the joy that you have to just expand. One of the things I really loved about exploring spirituality was the discovery or I should say the idea, that all of us at our core are beings of truth, bliss, and consciousness. That's who we really are, every single one of us. None of us are broken, none of us are sinful, none of us are wrongly made. We are all truth, bliss, light. And so as we quiet down and turn our focus here and start to spread that which is us, it is inherently peaceful, it is inherently joyful. So as you breathe deeper and deeper into this space, this Anahata chakra, this heart center, start to notice, what do you feel? And to be totally honest, sometimes when you go in here, it doesn't feel so good, right? Like you encounter some of the gunk, some of the baggage, some of the stuff you're holding. Sometimes you're able to move past it and dive right into the source. But keep going deeper and deeper. The further you go and the more you open through the heart, the better it gets. Inhale to open, exhale, release. And keep doing this. I'm just going to do a little more chanting, so keep breathing in this way. Om, Om, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Peace, peace, peace. Shanti, shanti, shanti. That mantra is to remove blocks, to remove the things that are barriers. Your true nature is joy. Your true nature is peace. Your true nature is love. That's who you really are. That's who all of us are. Every sentient creature, every living thing. Human, non-human. Can you feel that? Or can you at least feel the idea of that, even if it doesn't feel entirely present for you right now? Can you see if over the course of these 20-some minutes, have you shifted, have you changed, have you opened in a new way? Have you found something new? Or rediscovered something? You are beautiful, you are sacred, you are holy, you are God made flesh. Everything you've been seeking is within. You are love, you are light. You are exactly where you should be, learning exactly what you need to learn, and all is well. All has been well, all will be well, all is well. I'm sending you so much blessings wherever you are in the world, whatever time you're watching this, whether you're watching this live or another time. For that person who just asked, it's the big Om, the big OM. You are love, you are light. Sending you so much good and light and blessings and pleasure and joy and happiness into your world. And there's no debt that way when you accept the blessing of somebody else into your life. It helps you grow, it helps you find more joy, and then you pass it on to somebody else. So all these people who come into your life, your guides, your teachers, your friends, your lovers, those people who advise you, those people who open doors for you spiritually, we thank them profusely, and then we take it and pay it forward. Every spiritual tradition has emphasized the importance of accepting wisdom, accepting experience, accepting techniques, accepting energy from somebody who's already been doing the work. And then you don't owe them anything, because then your job is then to just help the next person. So I share my blessings with you. Take them, use them, grow, evolve, be happy. And then when you're ready, share it with somebody else who needs it. Because everybody needs some blessings. We live in a challenging time to be human. Challenging time to be anybody on this planet, really. So be kind to one another. Share love. Share peace. And remember, at the end of the day, whatever you do to somebody else is honestly what you do to yourself. Because like it or not, all of us are made by the same thing, of the same thing, through the same thing. You and me are one. If we were sitting in the same room, we would literally have been exchanging molecules for the last half hour. But in the esoteric sense, we are all one too, because the same energy that made me made you. We are all the creators of this universe. We have just forgotten who we really are and where we come from. That we think we're on these isolated, separate adventures, but really, we're all experiencing this as one. So thank you for taking time out of your busy life to come and join me today. I hope this was useful for you. If it was, please feel free to drop a comment or share it with somebody who you think will benefit. I'm here every Sunday at 6. The next couple of weeks will be a bit of a challenge because I am going on vacation. Woo! After having spent the last few months getting my house ready for sale, selling our house, packing up, moving, dealing with renovations in our new space, finally, as of this week, as you can tell by this room, unpacking, getting things set up again. We are exhausted, so we are going to be going to Europe. So I'll have 4 days in Rome, starting this Friday. I'll try to do meditation live on Sunday. I think it'll be like midnight that time, but I'll probably still be up. And then I'll be going on a Mediterranean cruise for 10 days. And they're notorious for having terrible Wi-Fi. Since my YouTube studio is now set up, I am going to do my darndest to get some edited videos going again this week. So hopefully I'll have content queued up and ready to go before it's time to depart. So that way you guys have things. And if we don't have, if I can't join you live on the cruise ship, I'll make an announcement on the YouTube page and on my Twitter. So y'all know what the scoop is. All right. Thank you all for being here. It is a sincere pleasure. Thank you for your comments. It's a joy to see, all of you engaging. That's really nice. I can't read all of them while we're meditating, and I can't respond to all of them. So my apologies if I missed anything. And if ever you have any specific questions, I will always try to do my best to answer. Typing in a question at the end is often the best, because these I may be able to read more easily than when I'm trying to focus on meditating with you all. If you ever need anything, do not hesitate to reach out. I do try my best to reply to all DMs and emails as best as I'm able, and if I don't get to you, just ping me again. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful start of summer. We just passed the solstice, so it's summer officially. The days are going to start getting shorter, which is sad but nice, at the same time, right? Daylight is beautiful, but as we start moving back in towards the darker part of the year, it's a time of rest and healing and introspection. So we try not to begrudge any phase we're in. We just accept and find joy wherever we find ourselves. That's the goal anyway, at least from my perspective. So thank you so much for your time, your heart, your energy. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, whatever's left of it, and I'll see you again soon. So much love and blessings. Thank you all for being here.